You might be able to see that something has changed. I've been downloading a few couple more mods for this game because I thought the default this looks not good enough. So I'm going to explain you first what I have been downloading and then we will continue the episode. So the first thing you can see is that I got a different ground texture down here because I was getting bored of the same grass over and over again. So I got a mod that allows me with the resources that you can place down in order to change the texture. So if I would try to remove this with a bigger brush size, you can see it changes back to grass. But when I add in ores, you can see it changes to this texture. If I remove this all and add in oil resources, it's even getting more grassy, and if I remove it, it slowly turns back. It's a little bit of messing around with what you would like. And also fertile land, if you place this down, it should mix up the stone ore with the grass ore, give it a little bit more of a green texture, as you can see. So you can just play around with this a lot, which is very nice. I like it. I also downloaded the autumn theme mod, which add actually some different kind of colors near the road, which is actually leaves. And I also believe it does this at the river sides. You can see it very well, some yellow orange leaves. Another thing that I have been downloading is the overall look. As you can see, it's a lot more sharp. The colors are coming out a lot more. And this is the eye candy mod, and you see another icon right down here. And with this, it comes with its own time option. It comes with different other options, weather options. We can just let it rain, have some fog and that kind of stuff to just give it some different looks to play around. Which LUT, I think I have been using the bow reel. I think this is one of the default ones, but I thought this one looks good. And then of course you can save it up when you've made some changes and start the game up with the same changes, because if you don't turn this option on, which is supposed to be, let me see here, eye candy I said, right, which is this one. So you can see load last active preset on start. This should actually be turned on all the time, and then you don't have to load this up each time. That's very handy. Another thing that I've been doing is downloading a lot of different kind of trees. Well, in this case, I've chosen from all the different kind of trees this yellowy one, because I want to have a bit of an autumn look, which makes the game looks a lot more different if you use it with this kind of ground texture. And in order to get all the trees changed in the map, I had two options: or I do this manually, or I download the mod which replaces it all, which is this one down here. With this mod prop it, you can change the trees. You just select the original tree and then you select the tree which one you wanted to replace with. Now this is a little bit of something you need to mess around with in order to get known with the mod. But the nicest thing of this is each buildings come also with some different trees. Now I already changed a few couple of them, but as you can see, this tree here is green and still needs to be changed. And we have some small bushes down here which also need to be changed because they are very green. And I actually left this down here to show you how you can do this. You have this building tab for the building, global is for the global map. But you can also change some certain props on buildings. I haven't messed around with this just yet because if you select the building, you can see there is a lot of this and you really need to find the right prop. And let me just see something here. You got lights, trash, rotating arch. You can change like little lights and a few couple other things, barrels and benches and whatever not. But this goes very deep into detail, and of course there are mods which you can change all of the buildings. But you need to find a lot of these buildings, which I find a little less easy. And another thing is I downloaded a few couple of different roads. And to be honest, I thought it would just replace them automatically, and it doesn't. So there's a little bit of messing around with which roads do you like. And the one thing I did notice is that I don't have any highway pack. But this one down here, you can really choose, you know, to have no markings on them, or have it like that, this, that, you know, all kinds of things here. I'm not quite sure. This is a tree line, right? Yeah, it's a tree line. But let's keep it 2-line. Now you can also see that the road markings are gone. Now this is something you can add in yourself, even though it would have been easier if it had its own road marks. Just because of the fact that right down here it doesn't show anymore what you did. So, you know, like these guys, just need to turn it on or turn it off, and keep that in mind. So with that being said, I wanted to change a couple of these bushes together. So the way how I do this is, of course, opening the mod, and then you have buildings. Now you cannot really select the building just like with the props, which would have been very handy to see which bush is in there or which tree, because you know props aren't trees apparently, even though they are. So in this case, how do we know which thing we need to change without having to replace all of the default ones? We're gonna go to trees, and then there are a few couple of default trees until a certain point, and from that point on everything is like custom, right? So I've been looking for a bush which should kind of fit in. I'll put it to 1, brush strength 1. Then, you know, if you place it down, it has like a nice color. By the way, let me just turn the noise down because that's just way too much. I'm not sure if it's effect or ambient. Only ambient is like surround sound. So I hope this will do it. So in this case, these bushes, we need to find them, right? So this is the round bush yellow. I believe there is only one default bush in this whole game, unless there are some DLCs to download. That is this bush. And this bush is called a small bush. So now the magic will happen. We need to find a small bush. Now the default trees and bushes in this game actually has a V in the front of it. For most of them so far. Now I just need to find small bush. This one right down here. Now I want to replace the small bush with the round bush. That's what it's called. You really need to be careful with this. Let me see. Round bush. Yeah, round yellow bush. So then we need to find the R in the one below. Gonna be very handy. Round yellow bush, and then we replace them. And as you can see, they now have been replaced. Easy as it is. I only wish there was like a global reset button, so everything in the list will be just reset and put back to normal. Because I had to mess around a couple of times with the overall bushes. I wanted to add in more different types, but I couldn't find just yet. Like those are these ones, those ones. I had these dudes. But this one kinda does fit in. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was like my colors didn't really match up before, but now they're kinda okay. So what we could do here is replace one of the bush in global, and then we're gonna change the other ones at the buildings, and then it's fine like that. So we need to find something, and in this case, let's go for the oak. Now the oak has a... yeah, it doesn't really do something, as you can see. So let's go for the maple. Maybe it needs to really replace. Let me see, maple. I need to go to the M. Somewhere, I don't know what's messing around here. It could also possibly happen that certain stuff is not showing up in here. Plant trees. I don't think it's showing up. Tall grass cluster, round yellow bush. Field grass. Clusters, there isn't even banners in here. You could just change all the bushes for banners if you like to. It doesn't seem like they are in here. So we have autumn tree 3, which there are a couple in here. Yeah, I think that was the problem. This one is just not showing up because it says autumn tree maple 1. You do have 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's see what we could do here. I mean, I would like to have something orangey in there, so let's go for a 2. Doesn't replace it anywhere. So maybe what we should do is go for the pine. Change that one. Okay, something changed here. So now we have like small little bushes, like a few couple of them, not too much. So now what we could do is find another one. So we have different ones. So how about this one for that one? And you can see it changes maybe a few couple too much. That's my whole problem. There are only a few couple trees. There's still one left here. How about this oak once again? For a 8 meter. There we go. So yeah, it is a bit confusing. I don't know. It is fine like as it is, and you can just manually place a lot of the stuff. The whole thing here is the buildings, right? Those ones are the ones we really want to mess around with. Anything else, you know, it keeps changing now and then. I still would like to set it back. I believe it was this one, right? Yeah, okay, I like this one a little bit more. As you can see, it changed a lot of the stuff. Pines for... No. Tree with leaves. Nope. So there are a few couple of trees in here. It is fine. I like the yellow ones anyways, and like I said, I can just manually replace some of them. So we have one in here. This tree. What we need to do here first is take a look at what tree this is. Now, would have been fun if you could just replace everything on a bit more of a handy way. But it is what it is. So this one doesn't look like it. Definitely not. Nope. This one kinda does look like it. And this is, I think, the one. Yeah, that looks like it. So this is the small bish. I pronounced it the right way. So we're gonna go to building and then small bish. I want to replace this one with, let me see here. How about that one? There we go. That looks a lot better. So I think these are all of the trees and bushes that I needed to replace. Now, of course, you have these, I have no idea what to call them, bush fences. I have no idea what it is in English. Absolutely not. Maybe you can find some and it will say something. Maybe a parks. I got so much mods, it is absolutely crazy. Plant plot? Nah, I don't think it's like a plot. Got so much stuff. It's gonna be absolutely fun. What could it be? Like, I would say it would be this one, right? Parks. No. Wait. We have industrial. We have this one. So maybe in here. Hedge. I get it. Yeah, it's a hedge. So I don't think I have a hatch replacement. But if you like, you know, and you Google like pictures of an hatch, how it looks in autumn, I'm not sure if it's like green or maybe some very dark green, but I know for sure it couldn't be orange or yellow, whatever. So that is that. A couple extra mods. I will just show you the options. You can just pause and read all of these and see what mods I got. Now I had to remove one mod, which was time warp, because if you've got time warp, which you can set the time, it will conflict with the time of this one. You get like black flickering. And also the thing, if I would save it right now and exit to main menu and get back into the save, probably it could be possible that it breaks the time, and then both of these things will be at the left side and you cannot move it around anything. It will be stuck there and the time will actually, you know, move. The only way how to fix this is just restart the game. But it's until now it didn't really happen the first time when I start up the save, which is very good. Now as you can see, the cache is positive. I have been doing a little bit of you know, house placing just to make sure that this kind of a boring part stays out of it. I added a few couple of extra roads right down here. I added a few couple of industrial buildings and I added a few couple of windmills, and that is actually it. Anything else, I've been thinking about how I want to do this whole show, because it's not easy to make a start. It's always like that. And so I start looking at what we got here and how can we expand, right? The main thing is going to be the highway. Now I did have in mind to place a roundabout in here, then connect the roundabout with this roundabout, right? And then this roundabout can go up, and I had in mind first I wanted to go like this, but I'm gonna go up and connect it with a chortle, something like that. And this will go down. There will be another roundabout here. We'll connect up with this guy, and then passes the water and go around this way. And then we have a few couple of on-ramps, off-ramps, and I also think I would like to connect it up to this guy, right? And maybe buy this plot down here. So the first thing that I would like to do, and I have to be careful with my cache in overall. For example, I wanted to mess around with a dam, but that's so expensive if it goes wrong. And I also had in mind these windmills will be gone from this spot. It's a little bit in the way, and I shouldn't want to place everything in the first tile, right? So what I want to do later on is make use right down here. You got like a tiny little part with super duper much wind, and we also can place like a water wind park. So in this case, I've been looking at pictures of roundabouts in real life. Not because I don't know how a roundabout works, but roundabout's highway, and I actually wanted to keep this in the middle, and I've been looking and trying to find a way to implement a roundabout along with a highway. So one thing I could do to solve it very easy is to cross the highway underneath, and also from this side underneath, because this is a monument, and if a country is well rich, they always wanted to protect monumental things that are old, and they spend a lot of money to avoid breaking it down. So that's why I thought, let's go underneath, and then from the side of the highway we're gonna connect it up to the roundabout, and I want to keep the size of the roundabout, right? Now one other thing, just to give it a little more, to make it look more special, I want to change something here, and we're just gonna act like it always has been like that, giving it a bit of a story. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove this pathway, and what is really nice of this mod is we can move this whole show offsite without destroying the whole thing, or have to do it one by one or something like that, right? We just put it there. And I'm actually wondering, I'm thinking of it, is there Is there like a basic setup for that stuff? You have like props, right? There are props which, yeah, this stuff. Is there also like, yeah, you have pieces of it, but it's not like a whole setup. Maybe you can download the whole setup. There's so many props, and what I actually should do, and I'm thinking of it, is get a mod which allows you to get a better overview of all of these props, because right now you need to scroll for miles and miles and miles, and I got so much stuff. It is crazy. Water required, really? Since when the stone requires water? Yeah, but I get it. It's the place in the river. So what I want to do right down here, first of all, keep an eye out on the money. As long as it's green, it is fine. I don't have to make millions just yet. Things will come over time. So we're gonna raise the ground. I want the hunebed, I believe it's called in English. I want to have it raised up. I want to have it on a small little hill. So what we're gonna do here is, yeah, I need to do what? I need to take this one and I need to decrease the size, because if you do this once, it goes up like crazy. If it's like, you know, that's nuts. I'm glad Ctrl Z is a thing in this game. I want to raise it up, not too crazy. So maybe a small touch more. It's like that. And then I'm gonna grab this guy. Right click, so it takes the height of the top, and then I can put a little bit of strength, a little bit bigger than that. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Perfect. Well, almost perfect. It's a little too big. That's what she said. I just want it. No, okay, I see. I need to do it a lot smaller. Yeah, that's perfect. So now I need to take care that it's like flat enough, right? I think this kind of does the job. Something like this, you know, make like something special out of it. Like there is an entrance somewhere into this hill, and you know, maybe treasures are buried underneath. You need to make something up, right, to make it interesting. So what I'm going to do right now is place back the pathway. And it's only a shame that I'm thinking of it, right? That these red forests don't really fit in anymore, right? Don't really. Can I get rid of that? There you go. But maybe, alright, maybe 21 meters, 14, 26. You know what, this could fit in like all the way around. Yeah, it could do. Make a little bit of photos out of it, and something is wrong, because it's seems like it's getting dark all of a sudden. Maybe it's just the weather. It's very foggy. Ah, okay, there we go. It was just rain clouds. Okay, so now let me just fix this real quick. I think this is a lot of fun. I need something to smoothen this, soften it. There we go, just a tiny touch there. Alright. Fix this stuff. Now turn off the road galdersness. And just place something, and I'm just gonna go until the half of this. There's so much you can do in this game. And I will do another couple episodes this week. with one day between the end of no uploads, because it's gonna be an hour episode. And then next week things will be back to normal. I'll just do some short games, demo games. Maybe Sunday I'm gonna stream my time at Portia. For some reason that game is enjoyable. Okay. Need to kind of place this in the middle. Kind of. I wish there was like... Okay, there we go. Maybe what I should do here is... You know, when I pop this up... Okay, there we go. This, I think, is cool. Right, having it hill up. And what I need to do right now is... change this roundabout into a highway. But what I want to do... just gonna pause it right down here, and I'm gonna place one extra house. Each several moments I'm just going to need to place something down, check out the power and water and that kind of stuff. As long as this goes green, I'm happy. I'm going to redo this. Yeah, okay, I have an idea. The reason why I'm saying that is because if I remove this right now, it won't be aimed out in the middle anymore, and then it's gonna be troublesome to lay out a plus, right? That makes any sense. I also got cobblestone. Does it really look like cobblestone? Yeah, it does. Getting that really old city feeling. Alright. So my idea here was to just do this, right? In case like you see there is no anchor point here. The anchor point is here, or I think it's because the road guidance is off. Yeah, so I don't really have an anchor point here. I wish I could do this. I can't, but I can try to aim this out like that, right? It's just for to make it secure. And I'm going to need to add in a highway, and let me see here. I think I want to keep it ground level, but I do want to add this stuff. Or let me see, is there a one lane? I'm not sure. Should I do one lane? Two lane, I mean, like this? Okay, that is the only downside of having no arrows on it. I think these ones are like double. 8L, 4 plus 3. Yeah, I think there should be an arrow on it because these ones, it has like arrows on it. Maybe I should just keep it as it is. Yeah. Keep it as it is. Which doesn't really feel like realistic. But the reason why I added these guys in here is that these ones are gonna gouge the highway, right? What I mean with that is you're gonna grab one of these and give me that. So with this way we can make it look at least straight, right? So I'm gonna place it right down here, and I'm gonna anchor it right down there. Now doing it the other way around can be a bit difficult, definitely. This thing is in the way. I think I should just move it for now. Right down there. Beautiful. Like I said, this can be difficult, doesn't have to be. Okay, that is fine. We got some nice space between in. We can do something with that. You know, have like light posts sticking out, like very large ones. Yeah, but like I said, I'm going to need to get this mod which will have this search function. It makes it a lot more easier to find them. So this will just really give me some guarantee that things will be aimed out. I don't know if I can do this. Let's just do it like that. Yeah, for this way it's gonna be a bit difficult, so I will have to move up some houses. This is just all future planning. I just don't want to get rid of it, but I do want to get a start going. So let's place a few couple houses here, and let's remove. Let me see here. I only think I'm going to need to. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4 on one side. Something like this. This road is in the way. I'm going to need to get rid of all of this stuff here. Is okay. Oh, going to be fine. That house just needs to leave. And let's just place something here. Now this is gonna give the game a little hiccup. It needs to give time to move over and that kind of stuff. So now, very good. Place this one here. And that one right down there. So now we got like a nice setup going in order to, you know, make the highway go underneath. And to give it some on and off ramps and that kind of stuff. It is a very big guy down here, but it'll be fine. Now what I'm also going to do is delete that one. I hope I will have enough space underneath. And now this is going to be a test also for me. Is I'm going to press page down. Alright. Page down. This one needs to be rotated, but don't do it like this. It's gonna look different. The concrete will not be aimed out as nicely as it does right now. And underneath the ground, I'm going to need to choose one of these, which will be a lot deeper. And I'm thinking of it. I'm also going to need to give it the correct highway, because this one with the sound barrier will give less trouble. So now I'm just gonna connect this up, that one up, and then we are underneath the ground. Very good. So now with this one, doesn't matter too much. I can just go right down here and go down once more. Just to make sure that it goes underneath, just like that. Very good. So now let's change the roads. That one will be fine. I don't need to do this underneath though. Do need to switch that one. Okay, all the arrows are facing one way, all the arrows are facing one way. One needs to be rotated, face it in a different direction. Upgrade, upgrade, rotate. Okay, very good. So now I got this setup done nicely. Very good. So now I also have like a lot of space to do certain other things. Now this is not very handy, I know. But it's the whole point of this game, I would say. Now what I also would like to try, first of all, I'm going to need to get my cash back. Gotta keep placing some houses here and there. Okay, the power is still fine. Yeah, get the money back up first. Very important. Might seem a bit annoyed. But playing with money is a lot more fun than without. So what I also would like to try and see if I can connect, you know, besides having off ramps. I don't know if that's gonna work. I wanted to say have like small country roads down here and also connect these ones up. But it might be a little too tight in here. I want to try and see if I can connect multiplied things to make this roundabout super useful. Maybe besides having an off ramp onto this guy for people to go that way, also have one that connects up to this way while having a road going that way. It's absolutely crazy. But I'm going to need to make choices, right? So the thing is, I'm going to need to move this neighborhood somewhere else, and I think let's just purchase that anyways. I'm only thinking, how could I connect something up? Maybe what I could do is still have the idea of the country road, go off and then go into the city. And what I think I should do is have the highway come up at some point, because it needs to go over the water anyways. I'm not sure if I should right away go up. The good thing about that, if I raise it up already, then I don't have to raise it up for the part where it goes off and over the country road to the other side. It's already raising up instantly. So the only downside, but not too much downside, is that I'm going to need to ramp it down in order to connect it to this thing. It's a lot of messing around. Alright. What is wrong with that? Let me see. Below the ground. Oh, I get it. This needs to go around like that. It's out. This one is out like that. Anything else should be fine now. Right, housing. Let's play some more. And let's play some more. I'm just gonna go ham with this now. And I got some more space here. Alright. And highway is expensive though, so I should be careful with how much I am placing. So let's delete this guy and let's go up one. But just for the sake of testing, I would like to know if this is enough to go underneath. Let me just take a nice old American road. It is enough. Having it too high up wouldn't be nice too. Yeah, I think one up is good enough for now. Alright. Yeah, we need to mess around with those two first, because those ones are going to be needed in order to connect the country road up. Let's just yeah, get that going first. Up, over, replace. Very good. We can go on and off. And also going to need to happen with that stuff. Maybe I should play it a touchy faster. I would like to have some houses down here. Let's just add in the whole row. Alright, let's do the same over here. There's a lot of criminal stuff going on here. This one, 1 out of 5 and so many criminal. Oh, I get it. You know, it is a lot of fun to let the game roll, but If the roads ain't connected, it's gonna be end game. So let's connect this at least back up for now. And then let it roll again. Oh, I see like names here. Slightly. Okay, that is good. And yeah, let it. It will be fine at some point again. A lot of police are gonna get to it. In this case, I'm gonna raise the budget of the police just a little bit. See if they add like a 7th car into it. 5. Okay, maybe 6 cars would be nice. There we go. Okay, 6 cars. Okay, the money slowly is draining. It's not very good. So if it will be end game, like my money just goes totally down, what I can do in the option is just turn on unlimited money to continue this, because it would be a shame to just stop this because I went too fast or whatever. Small tree growing here. Stop like that. Let me do this one too. Raise it up. One like that. Okay, very good. Raise it up. Turn it around. Just like that. Beautiful. Alright. Okay, things are solved out here. Let's add some shopping. One. Let's just wait it out. So yeah, the highways are just very expensive. That's why I really don't want to do too much of it. I will need to move this neighborhood as quickly as possible. You know, I got a lot of space here to expand it and make something nice out of it. Bit of a challenge. Okay, one more here, and how about one more here? A lot of demand. So yeah, as you can see, the traffic is going nuts already. And let me see here. Now, of course, I shouldn't connect everything up to the roundabout. That's why I'm going to need these small country roads, and that's why it would be handy to connect up this one to that one, have a roundabout. So mainly what I want is in this area is city stuff, right? Maybe I'll just move the industry up to this area down here, so the city doesn't have to travel for a couple of miles to the jobs. That would be very handy. Let's add in a whole row of these guys. So, country road, right? Needs to be a big road, but not too big. For now, at least. I want to leave some space between in the country road and the buildings and stuff for future expanding. So how about it? I didn't really use the lanes because it's so weird. 6 lane, no thank you. 5 lane with C turning. Like, what is that stuff in the middle? I have no idea. I'm not known with these American roads. You know, let's for now use this one. I'm also messing around way too much. Alright, I'm just going to trust this angle here. And this angle is gonna go right down there. For now. This guy needs to leave. Logic. One off. And then is gonna use a shoe lane. After I place down some more jobs, gonna get into deep trouble, I got a feeling. Okay, so this guy, let's see, we connect it up like that, this guy to that. And I'm not quite sure what is realistic and what isn't. I will try to do it as much as possible. And it's going to be all about having fun, right? I'm trying to think here. Because if I connect this up to here, it's gonna get a little mess out there. I would almost say that we're going to need a roundabout on top of a roundabout. So have an inner ring and have an outer ring. Have this connected to the inner ring. And yep, have the outer ring on top connected up to the inner ring. There are reasons why. I'm trying to think here, which is not quite easy. Not my strongest thing here. How could I do this? I mean, this is fine as it is, right? So connecting this guy up to that guy won't be a problem at all. Like, why do you want to do that? Well, some people just need to go that way and you don't want all of the traffic going around about. It's gonna be too heavy, especially for a big center point like this. Think. I don't think for too long. How? Oh god. It's difficult. Okay, so one thing I can do already, of course, is make some off-ramps. That's not gonna be handy, so I just need to add in one more. Just like that. So an off-ramp. Now one off-ramp should be the off-ramp for this guy, and one off-ramp should be the off-ramp for that guy. I don't want to have one off-ramp because, once again, traffic. So what I could do is use this one. I actually want to put the road guidance off. I wish it was less long like that. It's gonna be so nuts, this. So the first one goes off, second one goes off that way. Now this guy. That's crazy, man. Can I not just... How about that? And then... I wish I could just have it perfect straight, right? Like, that is not nice. That is not nice at all. Maybe I can now... like that. That's a bit better. Maybe not too perfect. So the thing is, you have to keep in mind, I have to do it everywhere, make it look the same. I think this is a good idea. Oh boy, it's gonna be a lot of work. Probably I'll end up doing some of these things like off camera. Having some enjoyment time. Trying to mess around with stuff. And give some basic things to you guys. The ones that want to watch this. Yeah, money's an issue. It really is draining. So now I also need to figure out, can I kind of remember this? That is a big issue here. Like, it doesn't look the same at all. You see what the problem is here? Okay, I get it. Nope, I don't get it. Ay. Why is it so not cooperating? This is very annoying. Super duperly annoying. Yeah, but why does it work here and it doesn't work for the other ones? So, wow. Super cringy this. I don't understand what happened here either. Like, why is this piece living its own life? Why is it floppy all of a sudden? So much questions. Is that because this stuff is off? Yeah, it's really annoying. Holy shit. Modding is fun, but requires a lot of work. Let's try that again. Why is it? Fuck's sake. Maybe I should use this. Oh no. Oh no. Looks like it's the same. Ay. So what else can I do in order to get this done? I'm questioning myself. So how about we create some guards for ourselves, right? Maybe that will work. Of course it doesn't. Of course. How about this? And then remove that. That is one thing. And then get the middle. Now it works. So yeah, you know, there are some workarounds to get this done the correct way. But holy smokes. Okay, so I'm kind of need to do the same with this one, and sooner or later we're already on a nice hour here. I'll probably end up messing around with this off camera, First of all, let's get the money rolling. Okay, now we need to do the other one, and I wanted to do the other one from, yeah, the whole stuff changed here. I think it's the middle one. Okay. How about this guy? That guy, and then... So the best thing to do this also is just do this at all 4 at the same time, because you can just quite forget what the way you were doing this. So this should be fine now. Let's turn this stop around. Alright, one piece done, and now I need to do that with this and all of the other ones. This is quite a job. But when we come back, I'll promise you, I got some stuff fixed up. Yeah, so probably I'll end up with this whole neighborhood, change it to somewhere over here, and the whole point is it's just the basic what needs to get done, and once the basic is just on the spot where it needs to be, anything else won't be in the way, and you just, you know, free to roll and free to go with whatever you want to do. And yeah, when this whole thing is just set up, it's it can be very rewarding to say, look what I done. Alright. I think that is cool though. So this guy, like I said before, this one needs to go and connect up with that one. And then this guy needs to connect up with this one. But I'm not sure, once again, if it's a good idea to connect it up right here. Because, you know, this one wants to go on it, while this one wants to go off it. So it will crush each other. But what I also think I could do is go with this one over it and then end it up right in here on this side. So have two of these on and off ramps connected on both sides rather than having two on the same side. I think it's gonna look very cool when this one is done. And of course we're gonna place some nice trees around. That beautiful, all kind of the same. Fantastic. More. I'm actually glad that they don't pop up onto the roads, but I guess it's like turn this on and off will cause it to pop it on or off. I have the ones here deleted, kinda. Make it look nice. Of course I will place some trees, but I guess I'll just do it manually. You know, this looks kinda interesting, having a pathway going up and down to different districts. And yeah, if you have some ideas, then let me know down below in the comment section. I hope for next time I will come back with money, because that is absolutely a challenging thing.